Yeah, but why wouldn't you? It's literally a game where you get to like chase down and eat things.
I mean, that is very me coded.
Like, seriously, like you find that donut and you're like, man, I wish I could get that donut. And then you go capture the donut. Are you telling me you wouldn't want to capture donuts out in the wild? Yeah, I mean, sure, you've had like bakery donuts or like things like that. But like, you know, that's always like secondhand. You know how long those donuts have been in captivity before you've had a chance to eat them. You want that farm fresh, free range donut.
There's wild grass-fed. Grass-fed? Who's grass-fed?
Those
Grass-fed
wild
donuts.
those wild donuts made by Grass-Fred. He's the foremost creator of all wild donuts.
We love
Everyone,
grass-fed.
yeah, everyone loves Grass-Fred's donuts. The guy knows donuts. Like when it comes down to it, if you're gonna find someone that knows wild donuts, it's Grass-Fred.
There's two things he knows: grass and donuts.
He doesn't even know his own name. It's quite sad. They tried
He
to
doesn't
teach
even know himself.
They tried to teach him it for years, but Grass-Fred's just not getting it. He doesn't have any room in that brain. You see what I'm saying here? He is an absolute intellectual, and his brain is just filled with donuts.
He's outstanding in his field of donuts.
Most people tell him you shouldn't put those donuts in your brain, but he does anyway. Just filled.
He's a maverick. He can't be controlled.
No, well, like, unless it comes to great donut prices. I don't even know. Am I doing an ad here?
He's sponsored by Grass-Fed.
Do you guys feel like eating donuts now that I succeed?
You get that sponsor money?
On a scale of like 1 to 10, how likely are you to eat a donut right now? We took them down like instantly. Food.
Oh yeah.
There's no food here. False advertising.
You have to take out with a Grass-Fed. That's a supply issue.
Grass-Fed's gonna pay for that.
Grass-Fed? Who's Grass-Fed? Grass-Fed, that's the one.
Oh god, he's got competition already? Oh
yeah.
my god, my tentacles. Who took them? Who took them? You choose a place for us to go, and I gotta tell my story.
Oh shit, okay.
What was his name again?
Grass-Fed.
Grass-Fred, there we go. Look call him Farm-Fred. In the beginning, there were many Freds. Freds of all walks of life. Every single element, every single being, every concept, every creature, everything had a Fred. Fred was the basic state of the entire universe. The prime, the greatest, the strongest, everything was Fred. However, one Fred stood upon the rest of them, and this Fred was Fred the Warrior. Fred the Warrior traveled between all the different continents, fighting every Fred in combat. However, most Freds didn't stand a chance. They had no combat abilities. That was until Fred met his match. Deep within the recesses of the Donut Forest, there was one Fred who had a chance. Donut Fred. Donut Fred was a very powerful creature. He was able to command donuts with just the will of his mind. Unfortunately for him, donuts are not able to move, or really do much of anything. But were they able to, he'd have supreme command of them, and rise up and take over the world. Fearing his power, Warrior Fred decided he would take up farming, to try to grow crops, to fight against him, because in his farming ability, he may be able to beat Donut Fred. And so, they began their arduous journeys, creating the most powerful empires of donuts and vegetables. What happened to the rest of the Freds? Oh, they just kind of forgot their title. If you ever run into a Fred, anyone in life, anyone that's a Fred, a Frederick, a Fredington, Fredrika, Fredman. If you're into any of those names, just know at one point they were the strongest to ever exist. Why do I have to go through little doggy doors in the yacht?
I don't know.
And that's the origin of Farm Fred. He used to be Warrior Fred.